What if I told you that in one country, the national sport involves actual explosions? This isn't some action movie, folks. This is Colombia. And trust me, you only know half the story. Get ready, because we're diving into a land defined by biodiversity, legendary wealth, and a whole lot of caffeine. First up, let's talk geography. Colombia is an absolute giant of ecosystems. It's the only country in South America that touches both the Pacific Ocean and the Caribbean Sea. Think about that diversity. You can wake up on a Caribbean beach and by the afternoon be climbing Andean peaks. This crazy geography means insane biodiversity. Colombia is considered mega diverse and ranks second globally for it. They have more species of birds than anywhere else in the world. Seriously, more than 1,900 types. And here's a hidden gem. Colombia is the orchid capital of the world. They host over 4,000 species. But where there's deep, untouched nature, there's often forgotten history. And no history is more alluring than the myth of El Dorado. Everyone thinks El Dorado is a lost city of gold. That's not quite right. El Dorado, or the Gilded One, was actually a person, the Muisca tribe's chieftain, and his rituals were mind-blowing. To become chief, he would cover himself in gold dust and set off on a raft, floating gifts of gold and jewels into a sacred lake. The location? Laguna de Guatavita, near Bogota. The Spanish obsessed over draining this crater lake, but the Muisca raft, the true visual centerpiece of the legend, remains one of Colombia's greatest treasures. It's a powerful reminder that their wealth wasn't measured in stacks of coins, but in spiritual devotion and beautiful craftsmanship. And speaking of valuable resources, let's transition to Colombia's modern gold, coffee. Now, everyone knows Colombia produces coffee, but the story of how they cornered the market involves one of the greatest marketing campaigns ever created, Juan Valdez. He's not a real person, but a composite character created in 1958. His job was to represent the meticulous dedication of every Colombian coffee grower to the world. They market it as 100% Colombian because the high elevation and constant cloud cover in the coffee axis, the eje cafetero, produce beans unlike any other. It's a protected UNESCO World Heritage cultural landscape. They focus heavily on Arabica beans, known for their smooth, mild flavor, and it's almost all hand-picked. The quality control is obsessive, which is why Colombian coffee is a global standard. But enough of mild flavors and smooth routines. Let's get back to the fireworks. We're talking about Tejo, the only sport in the world where explosives are required. Imagine cornhole or horseshoes, but instead of scoring a ring, you're aiming to hit tiny triangles of gunpowder called mechas. The game dates back over 500 years to indigenous cultures. It's officially recognized as the national sport, and yes, it's often played while drinking beer. The goal is to get the Tejo, that heavy metallic disc, to hit a mecha and create a quibe, which is the explosion. If you hit the center ring, that's an embocada and worth 6 points. But hitting the mecha, the explosion, that's 4 points and the real satisfaction. The sound is unmistakable and the adrenaline is huge. It's loud, messy, and totally Colombian. Think about the cultural significance here, a game based on community, precision, and fireworks. It contrasts beautifully with the refined culture of cumbia and vallenato music. Music, like their geography, is a fusion of cultures, African, indigenous, and European. Vallenato is so important that UNESCO recognized it as an intangible cultural heritage. It's storytelling set to music, often about love, family, and the realities of life. From the explosive tradition of Tejo to the elegant storytelling of vallenato, Colombia is a nation of intense contrasts and deep history. It's a place where myth mixes with the everyday and nature delivers constant surprises. They've built a modern identity that's rich, proud, and absolutely exhilarating. So next time you reach for that morning brew, remember the explosive heart that beats behind every cup. What Colombian fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments and hit like if you learned something new.